Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Style Channel, your favorite podcast for practicing and improving your English naturally. I'm Elena, your main teacher.
And I'm Jack, your supportive co-host. It is so great to be here with you all today. Elena, I have to admit something to you and our listeners before we even start.
Oh no, Jack. What did you do?
Well, this morning was a complete disaster. My alarm went off at 6 o'clock, but I was so tired that I hit the snooze button 3 times. I finally rolled out of bed at 6:45, spilled coffee on my white shirt, and almost missed the bus. My morning routine was completely ruined.
Oh, Jack, that sounds terrible. But actually, you just gave us the perfect introduction for today's episode. Today, we are going to learn how to talk about our daily routines.
That is perfect timing. Talking about what we do every day is something we do constantly in conversation, whether we are chatting with a friend or talking to a boss at work.
Exactly. And today, we are going to break down how to talk about your daily schedule in different situations. We will look at informal situations, like talking to a friend, and formal situations, like talking to a colleague or a manager.
I love that because saying I rolled out of bed is fine for you, Elena, but I probably shouldn't say that to my manager in a morning meeting.
No, definitely not. Your manager might think you're a bit too relaxed. So let's dive into our very first scenario, morning routines. Jack, when you finally got out of bed, what did you do?
Well, informally, I would tell a friend, I finally rolled out of bed at 6:45. To roll out of bed just means to physically get up, but it usually implies that you are very tired and you do it slowly.
Yes, it's a great informal idiom. Another common informal phrase is, I grabbed a bite to eat before running out the door. To grab a bite means to eat something quickly.
I do that every single day. Now, how would we change those phrases if we were in a professional setting? Let's say a coworker asks how our morning was during a casual chat at the office.
In a more polite or formal setting, instead of saying, I rolled out of bed, you can simply say, I awoke at 6 o'clock and got ready for the day. It sounds much more organized. And instead of grabbed a bite, you would say, I had a quick breakfast or I prepared breakfast.
That sounds much more professional. Let's look at another common morning action, traveling to work or school. Informally, I always say, I hit traffic on my way here, or I rushed to catch the bus.
To hit traffic is a fantastic phrase for B1 learners. It just means you encountered a lot of cars on the road that slowed you down. But if you are talking to your boss because you are 5 minutes late, what should you say, Jack?
You should probably say, my apologies, I experienced some delays during my commute this morning. The word commute is a great professional word that means the journey you make every day to get to work or school.
Beautiful. Commute is much better than just saying my ride to work. Let's move on to our second scenario, the working or studying day. This is what we do during the main part of our day.
Oh, this is a big one. For me, around 11 o'clock, I usually feel like I'm losing energy. Informally, I might tell a coworker, I'm running on fumes today.
Running on fumes. That is a wonderful idiom. It means you have almost zero energy left, like a car running with an empty gas tank. It's perfect for informal chats.
But if my manager asks me how my project is going, I can't say, I'm running on fumes, boss.
No, please don't. Instead, you can use a formal phrase like, I am managing a heavy workload today, but I am progressing well. This shows you are busy, but you are still responsible.
That is a great tip. What about lunch? Informally, I usually say, I'm going to take a breather and grab some lunch. To take a breather means to take a short rest or a break to breathe and relax.
I use that phrase all the time. Culturally, it sounds very natural. Formally, however, you might say, I will be taking my scheduled lunch break now. Or if you are writing an email to a client, you can write, I will be away from my desk for an hour.
That sounds incredibly professional. Away from my desk is a classic office phrase. Let's talk about finishing tasks. Informally, when I finish my work, I say I wrapped up my tasks or I knocked out that report.
Wrap up means to finish or complete something successfully. Knock out means to do something quickly and efficiently. Both are excellent for casual English, but formally you should say, I have concluded my assignments for the day, or I completed the report.
Simple, clear, and professional. Now, Elena, before we move to our third scenario about evening routines, I think it is time for something very special.
You are completely right, Jack. It is time for our mid-roll engagement and our favorite part of the show, the keyword comment challenge.
Yes, we want to take a quick moment to welcome all our new listeners. If you're enjoying this episode and finding it helpful, please hit that like button right now and subscribe to our channel, English Style.
Subscribing helps our community grow, and it ensures you never miss a weekly lesson with us. We love creating these episodes for you, and your support means everything to us.
Now, for today's keyword comment challenge, we want to know that you are listening and practicing. So go down to the comments section right now and type the word routine in all capital letters.
Just type ROUTINE. Along with the word routine, write one short sentence in English telling us what time you roll out of bed in the morning. We promise to read your comments and reply to as many as we can.
It's a wonderful way to practice your writing skills. So don't be shy. Write routine and your morning time down below.
All right, let's get back to our lesson. Scenario number 3, evening routines and unwinding. Jack, what do you do when you finally get home from work?
The first thing I do is change into comfy clothes and just veg out on the couch.
Veg out. That is a classic informal slang expression. It comes from the word vegetable. It means to relax completely and do absolutely nothing, like watching TV or scrolling on your phone without using your brain at all.
Exactly. It's my favorite part of the day. I also like to chill out. But if someone asks me politely about my evening hobbies or routine, I wouldn't say I veg out.
Right. Formally, you could say, in the evenings, I prefer to unwind by reading a book, or I dedicate my evenings to relaxation and personal hobbies. The verb to unwind is a slightly more elegant way to say relax. It's like loosening a tight string.
To unwind. I love that imagery. What about dinner? Informally, I might say, I'm going to whip up some dinner. To whip up means to cook or prepare food very quickly without a lot of effort.
Yes, I whipped up some pasta. Formally, you would say, I am going to prepare a meal, or I am planning to cook dinner.
And finally, going to sleep. Informally, we have so many funny idioms. I often say, I'm going to hit the sack, or I'm going to crash.
Hit the sack and crash both mean to go to bed because you are extremely tired. They are very common in casual spoken English. Formally, you would say, I usually retire to bed around 10 p.m., or I prepare for sleep. The word retire in this context just means to go to a quiet place for the night.
Wow, retire to bed sounds very fancy. I like it.
It does sound elegant. Now that we have covered these 3 scenarios, let's put all these phrases into action. We are going to do a live role-play demonstration so our learners can hear how these words flow in a real conversation.
Perfect. Let's start with an informal conversation. Imagine we're 2 friends meeting up for coffee on a Saturday afternoon, chatting about our typical daily routines.
Let's do it. I'll start. Hey, Jack, how has your week been? Are you still working that crazy schedule?
Hey, Elena. Oh, you have no idea. My daily routine has been intense. Usually, I roll out of bed around 6 a.m., whip up a quick breakfast, and rush to catch the bus.
Oh, wow. That sounds exhausting. Do you hit traffic on the bus?
every single day. By the time I get to the office, I'm already tired. Then I work nonstop. By 3 p.m., I'm usually running on fumes. I have to take a breather just to survive the rest of the afternoon.
I hear you. What do you do when you finally wrap up your work?
I just head straight home, change my clothes, and veg out on the couch for an hour. I usually hit the sack early because I'm so spent. What about you?
Pretty similar. I grab a bite to eat in the morning, do my work, and then chill out with a good movie in the evening before I crash.
That felt so natural. Those are exactly the types of phrases you will hear native English speakers use every day with their friends.
Absolutely. Now, let's contrast that with a formal scenario. Imagine we are two colleagues at a professional conference, talking politely about how we manage our daily schedules and workloads.
Excellent. Let's begin.
Good afternoon, Jack. It is a pleasure to speak with you today. How do you usually structure your daily routine to stay so productive?
Good afternoon, Elena. Well, I believe structure is very important. I typically awake at 6 a.m. and prepare a healthy breakfast. This ensures I have enough energy before I begin my daily commute.
That sounds very organized. Do you experience many delays during your commute?
Occasionally, yes. However, I try to arrive early so I can manage my workload effectively. Throughout the day, I ensure that I take my scheduled lunch break to step away from my desk and refresh my mind.
That is an excellent practice. And how do you manage your energy in the afternoons?
If I feel tired, I remind myself of my goals. Once I conclude my assignments and completed reports for the day, I return home. In the evenings, I prefer to unwind by reading or spending time with family before I retire to bed around 10 p.m.
It sounds like you have a highly efficient routine, Jack. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Elena.
And that is how it's done. Notice how the structure of the sentences is similar, but the choice of words changes the whole atmosphere of the conversation.
Yes, substituting roll out of bed with awake or hit the sack with retire to bed changes the tone completely. It's all about knowing your audience.
Exactly. As a B1 learner, mastering these differences will make your English sound incredibly fluent and adaptable.
Well, Elena, we have covered a lot of ground today. We learned morning expressions, workplace phrases, and evening vocabulary for both casual and formal situations.
We certainly did. And to all our wonderful listeners out there, remember that consistency is the absolute key to success. Building a daily routine for your English practice, even just 15 minutes a day, will make a massive difference in your confidence.
Yes, make listening to English style a part of your daily routine. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and participate in our comment challenge by typing the word routine below with your morning schedule.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care.